Hello friends, hope y'all are doing awesome tonight. I'm just here bringing you something pretty and cool. We are going to make sure I'm in the right place. Let's see. Oh well, we'll see. I always have this fear that I'm going to be on my personal feed. Okay, Susie. Just making sure I'm in Paper Made Prettier and not my news feed. Hey, Susie. So, welcome to my Facebook Live. It's Craft TV time with Kay. And we're going to make some really pretty tags. So, the product of the week this week is called Tasteful Touches. I have to look that up every time because it just seems like a weird name. But it's a pretty bundle that goes with a suite called In Good Taste. Hey, Chris. And I think you really have to use it to understand it. Like, you can't just look at it and go, oh, okay, that's pretty. Hey, Kathy. But it's something that once you see it in action, you're like, oh, yeah, I definitely need to add that to my collection. So we're going to use the Tasteful Textures Suite, and I'm going to show you a fun way that you can get the whole bundle for free. Hey, Patience. So let me go ahead and point you down on the subject. And we'll get, oh good, I'm so glad you have the paper. The paper is one of the coolest parts of it. Thank you for sharing, Kathy. You're always so good to remember that, because I always forget to tell you that. So thank you, Kathy. I appreciate you telling me that. And anyone else that shares, that would be very awesome. That helps me in my business. So let us talk about our bundle that we're using tonight. I'm going to grab my little box that I've put together with all of the things. Now, this whole bit of stuff that I'm going to show you is what you can get on your starter kit. So this is a sample kit of things that you can get for $99 to make all of these cute tags. So I'll give you a peek at the tags real quick. We're going to make these pretty gift tags, okay, in just a minute. But I want to show you all of the goodies that we're going to use to make these tags. So everything comes from this suite called In Good Taste. It's on page 122 in the catalog. And it's got the most outstanding background papers, designer papers, and the color palette is really cool. It's an affordable suite at $85. So if you already have the bundle or you're already a happy shopper, then this suite is the way to go. This is the most cool stamp set that goes with it, Tasteful Touches, and it's bundled with these dies that I'm just going to show you. So here's the Tasteful Touches stamp set, and it has lots of great backgrounds in it plus sentiments. So you're getting like two sets in one, and that's one of the cool features of the Tasteful Touches stamp set. I also love the mixed fonts. Okay, we've got the bold font, the scripty font, the mixing of the fonts, and then you've got these cool images here that can be really good backgrounds. So you've got like a background set, a sentiment set, and then some fun images that go with the sentiments. So it's very, very versatile. One of the benefits is that of the whole Tasteful Touches suite is that it is like a chameleon set. It basically goes with everything. So the stamp set you could use with any color, with any suite. The designer paper you could use with any suite. So it's what I would call it's an explosion of neutrality, if that's a thing. but you've got all of these neutral patterns that Stampin' Up! Photographed a lot of these, probably all of them, to bring you a really cool set of designer paper. So if you're into like shopping for things for your home, your head ought to have exploded. Lots of cool stuff. And then when you flip it over, this reminds me a whole lot of Greece. Like when I went to Greece, everything's kind of whitewashed with the touches of blue. So that's a special memory for me, that Stampin' Up! Trip I went on last year. And then we've got, oh yes, Kathy, I haven't even gotten to that yet. So we've got all these cool hardwoods. We've got more things, a little knit, lots of cool, just a gray. So your mind can just go on. And then look, that tile. So, and the cool thing about the paper is it has extra pages in it. So it's got extra sheets, I think. Let me look and see so I can tell you the right thing. The paper itself has 24 sheets instead of 12, so it's double the size. So the set of paper is $21. And then the dies are the coolest part. So Kathy is right, the dies are the bomb. And they are, I've got some of them out because we're going to use them. But we're going to use this die. So when I see these dies, I see tags. But you can also see sentiment, like places to put your sentiments. But when I saw them, I was like, oh, I got to make some tags. So that's what we're going to do tonight. I'm going to pull these back out. So the dies stand alone as a cool set, but you should get the bundle. And with the starter kit, the bundle is free. So let me show you everything you can get on your starter kit to get this for free. I'm going to go through it really quickly because we're going to use it all. We're going to use In Good Taste elements, the denim ribbon, the scallop tag topper punch, gray, smoky slate, night of navy, petal pink, and bumblebee ink. Okay, these are all the colors. We're going to use bumblebee cardstock, white cardstock, petal pink cardstock. So you're getting all this for your starter kit, which is $99. The embossing folder, which is the best embossing folder of all time. And then all the 24 sheets of designer paper. Okay, so that's a lot. I just had to show you all that in one swoop. Okay. So I'm going to show you some cards that I have. And the reason why I'm making tags is because I am overwhelmed with card samples using this stamp set. So that tells me that the stamp is going to be very popular, because when I did my swaps, I had so many cards made with it. So I'm going to take you on a swap show. And notice the embossing folder is used in quite a few of these cards. So I'm just going to whip through these real quick. I've been featuring these on Facebook this week, so I hope you're on my Facebook page. You can see. Now, starting here, this is a set that Patience Holt made me. Hey, Tina. So Patience was the gorgeous artist of the next bajillion cards. So we had a team meeting, and I said, hey, if I give you this bundle to play with, will you make me a couple projects? And in her true Patience fashion, she made me like a gorgeous set of cards using this. So she's pulled in lots of different inks and card stocks and just really made it sing. I don't know if you agree, but I think it's fantastic. She even stamped on that, and then actually she ran that designer paper through with that embossing folder. Wow. All right, so moving on, this is another swap that I received. Now, just to show you, you can use that embossing folder. Oh, yay. Hey, Paula and Tina. You can use that embossing folder with lots of other sets. So remember how I told you this set was versatile? Look at this. You can use this embossing folder with the birds. You can use it as a background with any set. And look at this. This person stamped on cardstock and then ran the whole thing through with the embossing folder. So it looks like the stamp has been painted on canvas. dyeing. Okay, so remember how I showed you how that sentiment can go right on those dyes that I showed you? More fun with these dyes. Okay, and then just a very cool neutral card. So many beautiful cards to show you there with this set. So I had so many cards that I was just like, you know what, we're gonna make some tags, because I've been feeling kind of gifty lately, and I need a set of tags. So first I'm gonna show you 5 simple tags to make with your sweet, okay? And then I'm gonna show you a more fancy tag. All right, so let's start with the 5 simple tags. So I wanted to draw your attention to something kind of cool. The sweet includes white elements, but also vanilla elements. So I did this set in white, and I'm going to do the next set with vanilla, okay, just to show you that it can be done both ways. So we are going to start with 5 strips of vanilla or white. So whatever you choose, that are 2 by 4, okay? And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna take that 2 by 4 strip. I thought I had an extra one, but I think I set it somewhere to use. Let me, oh, maybe this is one. Okay, so let me show you how we make this little top for our tag. So you're going to use this scallop tag topper punch. It's fantastic, okay? It's $23, but you just squeeze, punch, and you make that little doohickey on the top of your strip. If you want to make a bookmark, you make it longer. A tag, you make it shorter. So just decide. And I wrote this on the punch to remind myself that it cuts off about 1/4 of an inch when you are using it. That's a nice little tip for you to know. Okay, so I've got these cut out, all right, and then you're gonna need some strips of designer series paper. Oh, there's my ivory piece of paper. I covered it up with my catalog. All right, so you're going to need some designer strips from the designer series paper that are 1 by 2. So these are the ones that I chose, okay? Those are the ones that I chose. You can do whatever you want. All right, now what we're gonna do is, hey Deborah, how are you? All right, we're going to start with our smoky slate, and we're gonna put in some backgrounds. So we're gonna start with our feather from the set. And I know, because I stamped, uh-oh, dropped it. I'm gonna stamp something later with another color, so I had to clean that off a little bit. So you're going to stamp it, but then stamp it off a couple times to get it real light. That way you can just have a real faint background of a feather of a feather. All right, and then we're going to use this background. So I'll show you, it's this one, okay? I guess that's like a little hatchy mark thing. And you're gonna ink that up. Gonna do that. Get that going, that's really cool. I'm gonna do a little bit more up here. And then I'm going to pop in my little frond background. And I'm using smoky slate here, okay? So that's one of the cool colors of things that are real light, okay? And then I'm going to do a background of these little squarey deals. They're really cute. I like them because they're kind of like, they're sort of like symmetrical, but then not. So you can just kind of really work those around in there, get yourself a little background going. And I love background stamps. They're just so fun to play with. Let's see. Oh, the flower. Where is the flower? Oh, it's right in front of me. Durr. Got some petal pink on there. And this final one is gonna be Ooh, I didn't push very hard. Let's try that again. All right, isn't that stunning? So, I mean, that's pretty enough even as it is, but we're going to add our designer series paper. Now I want to show you something new. It's Stamp and Seal. So it is our new snail adhesive replacement, and it's fantastic. It is got a lot more in it. It's nice, good size to hold in your hand. And it works well. I've been using it for a few days now. So go ahead and snap that up. So I'm just going to go ahead and run a little bit of Stamp and Seal across the bottom of each one of my guys here. Okay, so those are all ready. And then I'm just going to flop these on here. Now I'd like the way this piece looked with that. Put that there. Put that there. And then this one here. Okay, so you've got all your little, just something that sort of makes it pop, that designer paper. And now we're going to go in with our navy blue sentiments. So you want something nice and bold so that it will show up well. And I'm going to start with the "You Are the Best." And I'm going to stamp that on, let's see, the flower one. I just kind of decide, once I do the background, then I decide where I'm going to stamp it. So that goes there. I'm going to do it on the feathery one, and then I'm going to also do it on this one. Gorgeous. I love the navy on there. I just think it's so crisp and clean. All right, now this "Just Saying Hello," I was kind of like triggered. I was kind of stressed because I was like, I want to use it, but it just doesn't fit. But guess what? If it doesn't fit side to side, then just slant it. Just slant it, which is what I did. "Just Saying Hello" works great, okay? I would probably stamp the background a little lighter, which is what I did there, but I did get a little happy on the background there, but still very pretty. And then the last sentiment says, "You are so special." Let's get that right there. Okay, and that is going to go here. So I'm going to start one. I know, Patience, it's so pretty. And actually, I would not, if I had to guess if you would love this set, I would have guessed that you loved it, because it just does look like you. All right, so I'm just putting that sentiment all the way up there, just because I think that's kind of special. So now we've got all of our stamping and our tags. See how quickly these are coming together? Now, there is not a specific ribbon that is in this suite, okay? So the embellishments that come in the suite are these In Good Taste embellishments. But what I think matches perfectly is the denim ribbon that was in the annual catalog, okay? And that is part of your starter kit that I lined out for you at the beginning. So what you're gonna do is, when you're making a tag, you're gonna pull this through, okay? And then I usually take my something heavy, which is the punch that I used every time. And then I'm gonna slide this up under it, okay? And then that way I can tie my twine like so, just super quick like, and tie a knot. Okay, I got a little crazy there with my denim ribbon. So we're gonna pull that, and then we're just going to snip, snip off that extra section. Snip, snip. Can y'all even see what I'm doing? Okay, so that's how you're gonna tie on your top of all your tags, okay? So I'm not gonna do each one, but you get the picture. You're gonna whip the ribbon through and then tie a knot there. Now, I wanted to fancy up 2 of these tags just to show you a way that you can kind of fancy up your tags if you want, and you don't even have to have the dies, but you're gonna want the dies because of what I'm about to show you and what I've already shown you. All those gorgeous cards using all those dies, oh my gosh. So right now we're gonna pull in one of the colors that's in the suite. It's Petal Pink, and we're gonna use the flower stamp. And then I'm just gonna whip out some fussy cutting. Remember, keep your scissors straight and then whip that flower around, and we're just gonna whip that out. We're gonna cut this and flap it on our tag. So we're just keeping it real simple here with stamps, ink, paper, and a couple of embellishments for these tags. And the coolest punch in the world. So we're gonna find our tag that has a flower, and we're just gonna pop that up with a dimensional. What I did is I just stuck that dimensional right there, and then I brought this right in where I wanted it to be. Oh, it helps if you take the back of the dimensional off and whip that in like that. Okay, so you've got your flower. Same thing here. I just stamped the feather element onto Honey Bee with, Bumblebee with Bumblebee ink. Okay, fussy cut that, pop it onto that tag. Okay, so you get the picture there. I won't take you through that whole process. So then you decide if you like the white tags or if you like the ivory tags. So y'all tell me what you like better, white or ivory. Hey, Ann Olson. Hope you're doing great. So let me know which one you like. I'm curious. They're both pretty to me, but I know what my favorite is. I'm not going to tell you yet until you tell me what your favorite is. All right. So get my little thing fixed here. Okay, let's go for the fancy tag now. I, of course, just was drawn to the dies. Let's flip back through these cards so I can point out where the dies are used before I make a big mess. This is from the dies. That's from the dies. That's from the dies. That's not from the dies. That's another set. That's from the dies. That. I see Patience made excellent use of the dies here. Dies, 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 die. Okay, so you get the picture. You need those. They're not negotiable. So it's one of those things that you can't just go past them. You just need to write that number down, and just get the bundle. It's $154.098. It's $48.50. But why would you pay $48.50 for a bundle that you can get for free with a starter kit, which is $125 and goodies for $99? So we're gonna get to that in a second. Let me show you how to make this fancy tag. All right, so we're gonna use these 3 dies. We have this big flourishy looking die. We have this pretty die and this die. And you just need a piece of Petal Pink that's about this big. And then I chose this designer paper just to do something different. I love pink and navy together. And then we're going to use vanilla for our sentiment piece. Now, we're gonna wait on the pink because we're gonna do something else to that. Actually, we're gonna do that first, and then we can just big shot them all at once. So I'm gonna show you how this embossing folder works. First, we're just gonna go nuts with it, and we're going to stamp on it. So we're gonna stamp our flower really boldly on this piece of paper. Okay, we're gonna really get a lot of ink on here. Okay, petal pink on petal pink. You want to get a lot going on. Now let me show you this embossing folder. This is quite possibly the prettiest embossing folder we've ever had. It's called the Tasteful Textile 3D embossing folder. So to me, what it makes is a canvas. Any color ribbon pops because it's so neutral. Patience, you hit the nail on the head. that sweet is so neutral that it goes with everything. That's what I said. That's true. So we're going to stick this piece of paper into our embossing folder. Okay. And we want the Stampin' Up! Side to be forward. And I actually was in a hurry, and I realized that you can send this through on the magnetic plate. Don't ask me why. We do make a fantabulous 3D embossing folder plate, which you're gonna need, but for this particular one, this works, so I went with it. Okay, and we're gonna leave this out, but let me show you what this comes out as. Is that not fantastic? It's like stamped and textured all at once. Okay, and now we're gonna cut out our little bits of our tag. So when I'm cutting something, I want to make full use of my big shot area. So I just do it all at once. I'm going to put my ivory piece here. I'm going to put my designer paper piece here, which you may or may not be able to see there. And then I'm going to put down my other piece. That's petal pink. All right. And we're gonna rack those through the big shot. We're gonna knock our camera and our light. We'll just pull this back a little bit. I usually don't big shot in front of y'all, but I had to show you how cool that embossing folder is. Isn't that cool? I got a little bit, cut a little bit of its head off, but that's okay. No one ever said I was perfect, did they? Okay, so I'm gonna knock that off just so they'll look the same. I meant to do that. All right, let us go in here and stamp "You Are the Best" in navy on here. You are the best. All of you are the best. All right, now we're just gonna get our get a hole punch, pop a hole in this. We're gonna build this up. So we're gonna use dimensionals, which I've buried. So we're gonna pop this piece up. Whew, had some navy on my fingers. Okay, Chris, you liked white. See what anybody else voted for. Ivory, ivory, white, white. Okay, so we had sort of a tie. I have to say I liked the white better. I wanted to make them both and see which one, but I did kind of like the way everything sort of did on the white. All right, so there's our tag that we're building up. But we were going to sneak some little elements in here. So where did I put them? These in good taste designer elements go on for days. So we have so many of them, and I am going to pull out the leafy one. So you can see here I use the frondy one, but here I'm going to pull out the leafy one. And they're wooden, and so they're just really cool to pop out and put places. Lots of cool stuff. I actually put one of the little hatchy ones on that little feather there on my sample. All right, so the way that we add these on is just simply a glue dot. So we're gonna press it down. You can see there's two sides to this, the flat side and the more textured side. I like the textured side. And you know what's cool about these is you can press them down into ink and you can put color on them. But we're just gonna leave them neutral today. But you can try that. So I put a dimensional on there, so that just goes right under there and fits just perfectly. And then we're going to pop some denim ribbon through here as we did our other tag. And finish it off with some linen thread. So we need our heavy something to hold that down while we tie. I didn't set it down hard enough, I guess. making a pretty knot. And we have another fancy schmancy tag. So look, right now, some people are struggling, y'all. So why not just make some little gifts, bake some cookies, I don't know, buy some cookies. You made the tag, but package them up in little bags and take them and drop them on people's porch just for a little pick-me-up, okay? Be the happiness fairy this week and make something cute and put a little tag on it, okay? So you can make your ivory tags or you can make your white tags, and I will show you those one more time all together. Dun 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 dun. Fancy tag, simple tags. Okay, now how can I make all these tags and many more things if I don't have the stuff? Well, get the stuff. So you're gonna need to get the Tasteful Touches Bundle, but you can get that free with your starter kit. So your starter kit, remember you guys, is $125 in goodies for $99. Okay, so I added it up. You can get the designer paper, the embossing folder, the In Good Taste elements, white petal pink bumblebee cardstock, petal pink bumblebee smoky slate, and Night of Navy ink. Okay, I added those at the end. I went ahead and took off the paper snips because I forgot these two inks. And then you've got your scallop tag topper punch, which is $23. And I marked off the twine. You can really use any kind of ribbon, or you can even just tie that denim ribbon to itself. So in order for it to get to $125 or less, that's what you need to do. On the starter kit, you can't go over by a penny, okay? So you just need to go right up to $125 for $99. No shipping, okay? And then you get this bundle, which by bundle, I mean the stamp set and the gorgeous dies for free, okay? So what are you waiting for? This is what you need to do. It's a no-brainer. There's nothing else that needs to be said. I have a link in this post for you to click to pick out your starter kit. And I would also love it if you would just Facebook message me and we can talk about what you need in your starter kit if this is not what you need tonight. So thanks for watching, and I will see you next week. Oh, and last week's winner, I did the drawing for the people that watched last week. And the winner this week, last week, was Kathy Brown. So thanks for watching, Kathy. I just shipped one of your prizes from a previous Facebook Live recently. And your prize tonight is going to be, you need to text me and tell you if you want the white tags or the vanilla tags. Okay, so Kathy, let me know and I will mail you the set that is of your choice. Okay, bye friends. Good night.